Lesson 1: Exploring the Outdoors.
Morning, Anna. Have you been outside lately? The weather is beautiful.
John, you're right. I've been meaning to get some fresh air. What do you like to do outdoors?
I love going for hikes and exploring nature trails. The change of scenery is so refreshing.
That sounds wonderful. I enjoy taking walks around the park near my house.
The park is a great option too. It's nice to just get out and appreciate the outdoors.
Definitely. I find it really relaxing, especially after a long day at work.
Absolutely. It's a great way to recharge and clear your mind.
I agree. Do you have a favorite outdoor spot you like to visit?
I really enjoy hiking up to the lookout point at the state park. The views are stunning.
Ooh, that sounds lovely. I bet it's gorgeous up there.
It is. You should join me sometime if you're up for the hike.
I'd love that. It would be nice to explore a new outdoor area.
Wonderful, we'll have to plan a trip soon then. I'm always happy to have company.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Great, I'll send you the details once I figure out a good day to go.
Lesson 2: Celebrating the Holidays.
Hello,
Lesson
Anna.
2:
Are you ready
Celebrating
for
the
the holidays?
Holidays. Absolutely. I love this time of year.
Me too. I've been getting into the festive spirit.
Same here. Have you started decorating your place yet?
I have. I've got twinkling lights and a beautiful tree.
Ooh, how lovely. I bet it looks so cozy and cheerful.
It does. And the lights come in so many colors.
That sounds magical. I bet it puts you in a jolly mood.
It really does. I've been playing Christmas music too.
Wonderful. What's your favorite holiday song?
That's a tough one. I love Jingle Bells and Deck the Halls.
Those are classics. I'm partial to Silent Night myself.
Ah, yes, such a beautiful and peaceful song.
Definitely. The holidays always make me feel so sentimental.
I know what you mean. There's just something special about this time of year.
Absolutely. I can't wait to fully embrace the holiday cheer.
Me neither. We're going to have a wonderful season, I'm sure of it.
Lesson 3: Helping a friend move.
All right, Anna, I hear you're moving into a new place soon.
John, that's right. I'm really excited about it.
That's great news. Do you need any help with the move?
Actually, yes. I could definitely use an extra set of hands.
Well, you know I'm always happy to lend a hand. Just let me know when.
That would be amazing. I was hoping you'd say that.
Of course, I'm glad to help out. Moving can be such a hassle.
Tell me about it. There's so much packing and organizing to do.
I bet. But with the two of us, it'll go by in a flash.
I sure hope so. I want to get settled in as quickly as possible.
No problem. Just give me a time and I'll be there, ready to go.
Awesome, how about this Saturday? Does that work for you?
Sounds good to me. I don't have any plans that day.
Perfect, I really appreciate you taking the time to help.
Don't mention it. I'm happy to lend a hand.
You're the best. I'll make sure to have some snacks and drinks ready.
Sounds like a plan. Just let me know when you need me to swing by.
Will do. I can't wait to get this move over with.
Me neither. It'll be a breeze with the two of us working on it.
Lesson 4, Discussing Payment Options.
Hey Anna, I heard you're looking into different payment methods.
That's right. I'm trying to decide between using my credit card or PayPal.
Ah, I see. What's making you consider switching things up?
Well, I've been hearing a lot about the security benefits of using PayPal.
Interesting. What kind of security concerns do you have with your credit card?
Mainly just the risk of fraud and identity theft if my card info gets compromised.
I can understand that worry. PayPal does provide an extra layer of protection.
Exactly. Plus, it's convenient to have all my payment info in one place.
That's a good point. PayPal can make online shopping a bit simpler.
Absolutely. And I've heard their customer service is pretty responsive if there are any issues.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus. Credit card companies can be a bit more hit or miss.
Definitely. I'm just trying to weigh the pros and cons of each option.
Understandable. Have you used PayPal before or would it be a new experience?
I have used it a few times, but not as my primary payment method.
Okay, so you have some familiarity with it then. That could make the transition easier.
Definitely. I think I'm leaning more towards giving PayPal a try, to be honest.
Fair enough. As long as you feel comfortable with the security and convenience, that's what matters.
Exactly. I think I'll give it a go and see how it works out for me.
Sounds like a solid plan. Let me know if you have any other questions along the way.
Lesson 5: Exploring Volunteer Opportunities.
Morning. I heard you've been looking into volunteer work lately.
That's right. I'm really interested in getting more involved in the community.
That's great. What kind of volunteer opportunities have you been considering?
Well, I've been looking at some international volunteer programs in particular.
Interesting. What appeals to you about the international aspect?
I think it would be an incredible learning experience to immerse myself in a new culture.
I can see the appeal of that. Do you have a particular region or cause in mind?
I'm particularly drawn to programs that focus on environmental conservation.
Nice, that's a really important and impactful area of volunteering.
Definitely. I love the idea of being able to make a tangible difference.
Absolutely. And the travel component sounds like it would be very rewarding.
Exactly. From what I've read, the typical volunteer mission lasts around 6 months.
Wow, that's a significant time commitment. Is that something you feel prepared for?
I think so. I'm at a point in my life where I have the flexibility to dedicate that kind of time.
That's great. And you're covered with insurance through the volunteer program, right?
Yes, that's one of the key benefits. I'd be fully insured during my time abroad.
Awesome, that provides some good peace of mind. Have you started the application process?
Not yet, but I'm planning to in the next few weeks. Just trying to finalize all the details first.
Well, I'm really excited for you. It sounds like an amazing opportunity.
Lesson 6: A Friendly Introduction.
Morning, are you new here? I don't think we've met before.
Hello, yes I am. I just started working in the office last week.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome aboard. I'm John, nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you too. I'm Anna, the new marketing assistant.
Excellent, we can definitely use some fresh talent in the marketing department.
I'm excited to dive in and contribute what I can. This seems like a great company.
Absolutely, we've got a really fantastic team here. I'm sure you'll fit right in.
That's so good to hear. I'm always eager to learn and take on new challenges.
Wonderful attitude. That's exactly the kind of spirit we value around here.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm looking forward to getting to know everyone better.
Likewise, feel free to come chat with me anytime if you have questions or just want to talk.
That's very kind of you. I appreciate the warm welcome.
Of course, it's my pleasure. This is a great place to work. I think you'll love it.
I'm sure I will. Thanks again. I'm excited to be here.
Excellent, welcome aboard. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Lesson 7: Exploring the Office Policies.
Hey Anna, have you had a chance to review the company policies yet?
Morning. No, I haven't had a chance to go through them in detail.
No problem, let me give you a quick rundown of the key things to know.
Great, that would be really helpful. I want to make sure I understand everything.
Awesome. First off, we always like to have employees present their ID badges.
Ah, I see, good to know. Is there a limit on the number of hours we can work?
That's a great question. We actually don't have strict limits, but we encourage work-life balance.
Wonderful, that sounds very reasonable. What about vacation time and sick leave?
We have a pretty generous policy there. You accrue paid time off each month.
Excellent, that's good to hear. And in terms of things like expense reports?
Ah, yes, we have a straightforward system for submitting and getting reimbursed.
Perfect, that will come in handy. What about professional development opportunities?
We actually have a great program for that. Lots of ways to learn and grow here.
Fantastic, I'm really excited about that. Is there anything else I should be aware of?
Let me think. Oh, we do have a pretty strict no tolerance policy on harassment.
Absolutely, that's so important. I'm glad to hear you take that very seriously.
Definitely, it's crucial. Alright, I think that covers the main things. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Will do, thanks so much, John. This has been really helpful for getting oriented.
Anytime, happy to help. Welcome aboard, I'm sure you'll do great here.
Lesson 8: Planning for the Future.
Hey Anna, have you given any thought to your future plans?
Morning. I've been thinking a lot about that lately.
That would be wonderful. What kind of plans are you considering?
Well, I'm really interested in pursuing some additional education.
I'm sure that would be incredibly valuable. What area are you looking at?
I'm exploring programs in business management. I think it could open up a lot of opportunities.
That's a fantastic idea. I'm sure everyone would appreciate having that expertise on the team.
Exactly, I think it could really benefit the company in the long run.
Absolutely. And what about beyond the education piece? Any other goals or dreams?
Well, I'd love to eventually take on more of a leadership role here.
That would be amazing. I have no doubt you have the skills and drive to succeed in that.
Thank you, that means a lot. I'm really excited about the possibilities.
As you should be. I'm happy to support you in any way I can.
I appreciate that. It's great to have a colleague who's so encouraging.
Of course, we're in this together. I look forward to seeing where your journey takes you.
Me too, this has been a really helpful conversation. Lots to think about.
Wonderful. Let me know if you ever want to brainstorm more about the future.
Lesson 9, Weekend Adventure Planning.
Morning. Have you given any thought to your weekend plans?
Hey John, I've been hoping to get out and explore the city a bit.
That's great. Do you have any specific places in mind you'd like to check out?
Well, I've been wanting to visit the new art museum they just opened.
Excellent choice. We should head there soon to avoid any crowds.
Agreed, the weekends can get pretty busy at new attractions.
Absolutely. Maybe we could grab an early lunch beforehand as well?
I like the way you think. Any restaurant recommendations in that area?
There's a highly rated bistro just a few blocks from the museum.
Perfect, that sounds like the ideal plan. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
Me too, I think it'll be a wonderful way to spend a Saturday.
Definitely. It'll be nice to get out of the office and enjoy the city.
Absolutely. A little culture and good food, what could be better?
Exactly. I'm so glad we're on the same page about this.
Wonderful. Shall we plan to meet up around 11 a.m. then?
Yes, let's do it. I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent, I'll mark it down. This is going to be a great weekend.
Lesson 10, Exploring the Local Museum.
Hello. Did you hear about the new museum that just opened up downtown?
Excellent, I've been wanting to check that out. Is it far from here?
Not at all, it's just a short walk from this area. We should definitely go visit.
That's perfect, I'd love to see what kind of exhibits they have.
Yes, from what I've heard, they have a really impressive collection.
That's great, I'm always eager to learn more about the local history and culture.
Absolutely. A museum visit would be a wonderful way to spend the afternoon.
I agree. When would you be free to go? I'm open this weekend.
The weekend works well for me too. How about Saturday afternoon?
Saturday is perfect. I'm free all day, so we can take our time exploring.
Sounds good. I'll make a note to pick you up around 2 p.m. then.
Wonderful, I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be a fun outing.
Definitely. A little culture and quality time can't beat that.
Exactly. I appreciate you suggesting this. It's going to be great.
My pleasure. I'm glad we can make this happen. See you Saturday.
Of course. I'm glad we could have this important conversation. Let me know how else I can help.
Will do. I'm sure we'll be revisiting this topic again soon. There's still so much work to be done.
Lesson 11, Building Self-Confidence.
Hey Anna, I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
What's on your mind? I'm all ears.
Well, I've been feeling a bit self-conscious lately. I want to find ways to feel more confident.
I understand. It's so important to feel comfortable in your own skin.
Exactly. Do you have any suggestions on how I can boost my self-confidence?
Let me think. Maybe we could start by identifying your strengths and talents.
That's a good idea. I know I'm good at problem solving, but I tend to focus on my weaknesses.
It's easy to do that, but try to flip the script. Celebrate your strengths.
You're right. I should really start acknowledging the things I'm good at.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone occasionally.
That's a challenge, but I know it can help me grow and become more confident.
Definitely. Even small steps can make a big difference over time.
That's a great point. I'll try to push myself a bit more.
I'm happy to support you along the way. We're in this together.
I really appreciate that. Your encouragement means a lot.
Of course. I know you've got this. Just believe in yourself.
I'll do my best. Thank you for the pep talk, it's exactly what I needed.
Lesson 12, A Surprising Gesture.
Hey Anna, I've got a fun story to share with you.
Oh, do tell. I'm all ears.
You know how Ebenezer Scrooge is usually a bit of a Scrooge, right?
Yeah, the classic Christmas tale of the grumpy old man.
Well, this year he's decided to surprise all his acquaintances.
That's quite the turnaround. What's he doing?
Get this, he starts by buying a huge goose and sending it to the Cratchits.
Wow, that's a pretty generous gift coming from Scrooge.
I know, it's totally unexpected. I wonder what's behind this sudden change of heart.
Maybe the ghosts of Christmas really got through to him.
Could be. It's almost like he's a different person now.
It'll be interesting to see what other surprises he has in store.
Absolutely. I can't wait to hear more about his newfound kindness.
Me neither. It's a heartwarming twist to the classic story.
For sure. Scrooge is really showing his softer side this year.
I love it when characters go through that kind of transformation.
Same here. It just goes to show that people can change.
Definitely. Even the grumpiest of Scrooges can have a change of tune.
I'm curious to see what other good deeds he has planned.
Lesson 13: Holiday Traditions.
Morning, Anna. I've got a question for you about holiday traditions.
Okay, let's hear it.
Some of my family members really love Christmas pudding, but I'm not a big fan.
Oh, I see. What do you prefer instead?
I'll just stick to having ice cream. That's my go-to holiday treat.
Ice cream, huh? That's a unique choice for Christmas.
Yeah, I know it's a bit unconventional, but I just can't get into the pudding.
To each their own. Everyone has their own holiday favorites.
Exactly. Last year, I had a big bowl of ice cream while the rest of the family was eating pudding.
Sounds like you had a nice solo dessert moment there.
It was great. No fighting over the last slice of pudding for me.
Haha, I can imagine that getting a little competitive in some families.
Oh, you have no idea. My cousins can get quite territorial over the holiday sweets.
Well, at least you have your ice cream to enjoy in peace.
Definitely. It's become sort of a tradition for me now.
I love how everyone finds their own little traditions to make the holidays special.
Totally. And ice cream is the perfect way for me to do that.
I respect your non-traditional holiday tastes.
Thanks. Gotta keep things interesting, you know?
Lesson 14: Packing for a trip.
Excellent suggestion. Speaking of trips, how do you stay organized throughout the journey?
That's a great question. For me, it's all about making a detailed packing list.
A packing list, huh? That sounds like a smart approach.
Absolutely. It helps me make sure I don't forget any essential items.
I can see how that would be really helpful. Do you have any other tips for staying organized?
Yes, I always try to pack versatile clothing that can be mixed and matched.
That's a good one. Maximizing your options while minimizing space.
Exactly. And I like to keep my toiletries in a small, easy to access bag.
Nice, that must make going through security a breeze.
Definitely. It keeps everything neat and tidy in my suitcase.
Fantastic advice. I'll have to implement some of these strategies.
I'm happy to share what works for me. Organization is key when traveling.
Absolutely. It can make all the difference in having a smooth trip.
Agreed. And it allows you to focus on enjoying the journey, not stressing about your stuff.
That's a great point. Having a system in place really takes the pressure off.
Exactly. So tell me, what are some of your go-to packing tips?
Well, I always make sure to pack an extra bag for souvenirs and any purchases.
Smart move. That way you don't have to cram everything in your suitcase on the way home.
Precisely. Plus, it leaves room for any unexpected finds along the way.
Lesson 15, Exploring Hobbies.
Excellent idea. That's perfect, I'll definitely get one.
I'm glad you like it. Did you see any fish tanks during your shopping trip?
No, I didn't, but that sounds like an interesting hobby. What do you enjoy about keeping fish?
It's so calming to watch the fish swim around. I find it really relaxing.
I can imagine. Plus, it must be rewarding to care for the little creatures.
Absolutely. And it's fun to design the aquarium and choose the perfect decorations.
That's a great point. Customizing the setup sounds like half the fun.
Exactly. Do you have any hobbies you're particularly passionate about?
Well, I've been getting into gardening lately. There's something very fulfilling about growing my own plants.
Ooh, gardening, that's wonderful. What kinds of plants do you enjoy growing?
I've had good luck with tomatoes and herbs so far. It's been really satisfying to see them thrive.
Fresh homegrown tomatoes and herbs, that must be delicious. I bet your cooking has benefited.
Absolutely. It's added so much flavor to my meals. And it's nice to have a relaxing outdoor hobby.
I can imagine. Gardening seems like a great way to unwind and connect with nature.
Definitely. Do you have any other hobbies you'd recommend trying?
Well, I've been getting into photography lately. It's been a fun creative outlet for me.
Photography, that's a great one. What kind of subjects do you like to capture?
I really enjoy taking landscape shots and capturing the beauty of nature.
That sounds amazing. I'd love to see some of your photographs sometime.
Lesson 16, Exploring New Opportunities.
Hello, Anna. I think it's a great opportunity for growth and reaching new markets.
Interesting, tell me more about that. What kind of new markets are you considering?
Well, I've been researching some emerging markets that I think have a lot of potential.
That's exciting. What have you found that's got you so interested?
There's a few developing countries that seem to have a growing middle class with increasing purchasing power.
Ah, I see. Targeting those rising consumer bases could really benefit your business.
Exactly. I'm particularly intrigued by the market in Southeast Asia. The population is massive.
That's a smart move. The sheer size of that region presents huge opportunities.
Absolutely. And the economies there are really starting to take off as well.
Makes sense to explore tapping into that growth then. What's your strategy for entering those new markets?
Well, I'm thinking of starting with some targeted online marketing campaigns.
Good call. Digital outreach can be an effective way to test the waters first.
Definitely. And I'm also considering setting up some strategic local partnerships.
Partnering with established players in those regions is a wise approach.
Definitely. It allows us to leverage their existing infrastructure and customer bases.
That's a smart way to quickly gain a foothold in those new markets.
Exactly. I'm really excited about the potential, but want to make sure we do it thoughtfully.
Sounds like you have a well-rounded strategy in the works. I'm sure this expansion will pay off.
I hope so. It's a big move, but I think the upside is significant if we execute it properly.
Lesson 17: Exploring Vibrant Cities.
Hey Anna, I've always wanted to explore a vibrant city. How about Barcelona, Spain?
Ooh, John, Barcelona sounds amazing. I've heard it's such a lively and culturally rich city.
Absolutely, the architecture, the food, the art scene, it has so much to offer.
I bet the energy there is incredible. What kind of things are you hoping to experience?
Well, I'd love to wander through the charming streets and take in the stunning Gaudi buildings.
The Sagrada Familia Cathedral is definitely a must-see, right? Such an iconic landmark.
Definitely, and I want to stroll down the famous La Rambla Boulevard too.
Ooh, yes, that lively pedestrian mall sounds perfect for soaking up the local vibe.
Absolutely. And of course, I can't wait to indulge in all the delicious tapas and sangria.
Haha, yes, the food and drinks are probably one of the biggest draws for me as well.
I'm sure we'd have an incredible time exploring the vibrant neighborhoods and culture.
It would be such an adventure. The energy and artistic spirit of Barcelona really appeals to me.
Agreed. I think it would be the perfect destination for our next trip together.
I'm sold. Let's start planning our Barcelona getaway, I can't wait.
Fantastic, I'll get researching the best hotels and activities. This is going to be amazing.
Awesome, I'm sure whatever you do, it'll make your place feel like a proper home in no time.
I appreciate the tips. This is super helpful as I get started.
Happy to help. Let me know if you need any other decorating advice.
Will do, thanks again.
Lesson 18, Booking the Perfect Hotel.
Hey Anna, I'm starting to plan our trip to Barcelona. Where should I begin looking for hotels?
Ooh, exciting. Well, I'd suggest starting with well-reviewed hotels that have good reputations.
Okay, that makes sense. What kind of things should I be looking for when comparing hotels?
Location is key. You'll want one that's close to the sites and attractions you want to see.
Definitely, being in a central area would be ideal. What about amenities and ratings?
Yes, look for hotels with good amenities like free Wi-Fi, breakfast included, and high ratings.
Got it, those will be important factors. And what about pricing? Any tips there?
I'd recommend looking at a range of budgets to find the best value. Don't just go for the cheapest.
That's a good point. I don't want to sacrifice quality just to save a few bucks.
Exactly. Read reviews thoroughly to ensure you're getting the best hotel for your money.
Excellent advice. I'll start my search focusing on highly rated, centrally located hotels.
Sounds like a plan. Let me know once you've narrowed it down. I'd love to help finalize the booking.
Will do, thanks so much for the tips. This is going to make planning our Barcelona trip a breeze.
Happy to help. I can't wait to explore the city with you. It's going to be an amazing trip.
Me neither, it's going to be an unforgettable experience. Alright, time to get booking.
Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Their selection is really impressive.
Alright, well, I'll definitely add those to my list. Thanks for the great recommendations.
Of course, happy to help. Let me know if you need anything else.
Will do, I appreciate it.
Lesson 19, Navigating Cultural Differences Abroad.
Hello Anna, I've been reading up on cultural norms for our trip to Japan. Were there any etiquette tips you picked up on your last visit?
Yes, there were a few things I had to be mindful of. For starters, the Japanese place a lot of emphasis on politeness and respect.
I see, can you give me some examples of how that manifests in everyday interactions?
Well, things like bowing when greeting people, using honorifics, and avoiding direct eye contact can be important.
Okay, good to know. What about things like tipping or table manners? Anything I should be aware of there?
Definitely. Tipping is not expected in Japan, and you should avoid starting to eat before the eldest person at the table.
Ah, that's good to keep in mind. Any faux pas I should steer clear of if I want to avoid offending anyone?
Well, don't point with your chopsticks, and be careful not to stick them straight up in your rice, as that's associated with funerals.
Yikes, good thing you're giving me the scoop ahead of time. I'll have to be really mindful of those kinds of cultural nuances.
Absolutely. The Japanese are very observant of etiquette, so doing your research beforehand will go a long way.
For sure. Is there anything else I should know to help me blend in and have a more authentic experience?
One more thing, try to learn a few basic Japanese phrases like thank you and excuse me. The locals really appreciate the effort.
Great tip, I'll make sure to study up on some key phrases. Thanks so much for all the helpful advice.
Happy to share what I've learned. Just let me know if you have any other questions as you continue planning.
Will do, I really appreciate you taking the time to ensure I'm prepared. This is going to make our trip so much smoother.
Tech, huh? You know, I have a friend who works in software development and loves it.
Software development, huh? I don't have much experience with that, but it could be worth looking into.
Definitely, the tech industry is booming right now. There are so many different paths you could take.
Yeah, that's a good point. Lots of options to explore there.
Lesson 20, Swapping Shoes for a Day.
Hey Anna, I was just thinking, don't you ever wish we could trade places for a day?
Haha, trade places? What do you mean by that?
You know, like switch roles for a day. I wonder what it would feel like to walk in your shoes.
I see what you're getting at. That's an interesting thought. What made you start thinking about that?
I don't know, I guess I was just curious about the different perspectives we have on life, being at different stages and all.
That's a fair point. I can imagine it would be quite eye-opening to experience the world from an older person's point of view.
Exactly. Like, what are the unique challenges you face that I might not even be aware of?
Well, for one, there's the physical aspect of getting older. Simple tasks can become more difficult over time.
I can imagine that would be frustrating. And I'm sure the mental and emotional side of aging has its own set of hurdles.
Absolutely. The wisdom that comes with age is invaluable, but it's often accompanied by feelings of loss and nostalgia.
I never really thought about it that way. I guess I've always just seen the positives of growing older.
That's understandable. It's easy to idealize the experience when you haven't lived through it yourself.
You're right, I probably have a pretty limited perspective. Swapping places could really help me develop more empathy.
Precisely. And who knows, maybe I'd learn a thing or two about the joys of youth if we traded spots for a day.
That's a great point. It could be a mutually beneficial experience. I'm really intrigued by the idea now.
Me too. We should definitely consider making it happen, even if just in our imagination. Could be an eye-opening exercise.
Absolutely. I'm game if you are. Let's see what we can learn from each other's unique vantage points.
Haha, let's just say I hightailed it out of there as fast as my legs could carry me. Definitely a heart-pounding moment.
I can only imagine. Well, thanks for all the great tips. I'm getting more and more excited about this camping trip.
Lesson 21, Navigating Negotiations.
Morning. I wanted to ask you about those negotiations we've been discussing.
Oh yes, the negotiations. What did you want to know?
Well, I'm curious about the approach you took. It seemed like you were able to come to an agreement, despite the initial expectations.
That's a great observation. You're right, the expectations weren't met immediately, but we were open to negotiation.
I see. So, what was the key to finding that common ground?
Patience and flexibility were crucial. We had to be willing to adjust our positions and really listen to each other.
I can imagine that wasn't always easy. Negotiations can get quite tense at times.
Absolutely. But we kept the focus on our shared goals, and that helped us navigate the tricky parts.
I see. Maintaining that big picture perspective must have been vital.
Definitely. It's easy to get bogged down in the details, but keeping the end result in mind guided us.
That makes a lot of sense. And how did you manage to stay so calm and composed throughout?
Well, I've learned that emotional control is key in high stakes negotiations. Getting riled up usually doesn't help.
Good point. Keeping a level head allows you to think more strategically.
Exactly. And it sets a better tone for the whole process, which can make all the difference.
Wow, you really seem to have a knack for this. Any other tips you can share?
I'd say preparation is also crucial. The more you know going in, the better you can anticipate challenges.
That makes perfect sense. Knowledge is power in these situations.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to get creative either. Sometimes thinking outside the box can unlock new possibilities.
I'll have to remember that. Negotiation is an art form, isn't it?
Lesson 22, Thrifty Finds and Hidden Gems.
Hey Anna, have you been to any good thrift shops lately?
You know, I have. I love finding those hidden gems at thrift stores. They have so much character.
Right? It's like you never know what amazing things you'll stumble upon.
Exactly. The hunt is half the fun. Have you scored any cool finds recently?
Actually, yes. I picked up this vintage camera that I'm pretty excited about.
Ooh, a vintage camera? That sounds like a real treasure. What kind is it?
It's an old Polaroid from the 70s. I can't wait to try it out.
Polaroid, how fun. Those instant photos have such a unique look to them.
Definitely. I'm hoping to capture some really cool, retro style shots with it.
I bet you'll get some great results. Polaroids have such a distinct aesthetic.
Absolutely. And the best part is, I only paid a few bucks for it at the thrift store.
No way, that's an amazing deal. Thrifting is the best for finding valuable stuff on a budget.
Couldn't agree more. I love the thrill of the hunt and the satisfaction of a great bargain.
Me too. It's like unearthing little hidden treasures, one shopping trip at a time.
Exactly. You really have to keep your eyes peeled, but it's so worth it.
Definitely. I'm already looking forward to our next thrifting adventure.
Same here. Maybe we can swap photos of our latest finds next time.
Sounds like a plan. I'm sure we'll both have some impressive new pieces to share.
Can't wait. Thrifting is the best.